What's up guys, finally it's time to deal with 3-point perspective, and I'm going to talk about when and why we use it and how to draw a simple or a complex volume in it. And don't worry about it, I'm going to compare it with other perspectives too, so let's kick things off. As you remember, in 1-point perspective we have vertical and horizontal lines, but if a line goes in depth, it goes through the vanishing point. And since we and object are face to face, we start with the front face. By rotating it this way, we will have 2-point perspective. In 2-point perspective, we only have vertical lines, others go through the vanishing points. And also we start our drawing with the nearest vertical line. But what if we rotate it the other way? There comes the 3rd point. As you can see, none of the lines is vertical or horizontal, and we should start our drawing with the nearest point. Now let's draw a cube in 3-point perspective. Just like 2-point perspective, the first thing you should do is to draw 2 vanishing points on the horizontal line up here. Then add the 3rd point down there. And remember that you should always draw in this triangle. We should start by drawing a point, maybe somewhere around the center. After that, draw 2 lines from the point to the vanishing points on the right and left. Then decide how much length and width you want. Connect them to the vanishing points, and then we have the top face. Now it's time to get some help from the lower point. And how about the height? What do you think? How tall is it? It's up to you. Again, from this point you have to draw 2 lines to the vanishing points on the right and left. And then we have our cube. And the next thing we're gonna do is to draw a circle on top of it. As always, start with a cross and add 2 lines from the center to the vanishing points and continue each one from the other side to find the 4 points of the circle. And now you can actually draw it. To draw a volume relative to this one, consider the bottom face of this object and draw a point relative to it. Then draw 2 lines from there to the vanishing points. Now by marking somewhere you can decide how much width you want. Because it's already connected to the vanishing point on the right, we should draw a line from there to the vanishing point on the left. Then from the point that we started with, draw a line through the lower vanishing point. Rather than the starting point, you can connect other found points to the lower vanishing point. Then by continuing them, you will have a vision of the height. So why not mark somewhere for the height? Now, it's time to draw 2 lines from there to the vanishing points on the right and left. Let's see what we actually have so far and remove the rest. After that, we can connect the top points to the vanishing points on the right and left. So take a look at it carefully, you can see your new object. And note that, since our new object is in front of the old one, we should remove some parts of our old object. To subtract a volume from another, start with a point on the left face and connect it to the vanishing points on the left and bottom. And since the other line is further, it should be closer to the edge, somewhere around here, just like the bottom line which is closer to the edge. Next, from the point on the bottom left, we can draw a line to the vanishing point on the right, and then with a mark we can decide how much depth we need. And then we should connect all of the vanishing points to it, and that's it. Finally, we subtracted a cube from a cube. Right now we're looking at this object from the top. Every time you put the 3rd point down there, the 3-point perspective would be from the top. But as you can see, we can put the 3rd point on the top. And that way we're looking at the object from the bottom. To conclude, we have 2 types of 3-point perspective. We call this one bird's eye view, and we call this worm's eye view. The use of each one of these depends on the angle from which you want to look at the view. Okay, so far we know about 1, 2, and 3-point perspective, but what about 5-point perspective or bend perspective? Do you want to know about them? Let me know in the comment section. And to end this, I should say the most important parts of a project are the beginning and the end. Don't expect to see a miracle if you haven't tried enough yet. Ideas won't come through you unless you take a step towards them. Till the next episode, I wish you the best and catch you later.